I thought it was an amazing meeting. I thought that I met some fantastic people, some of whom I've known. I thought it was an absolutely amazing. You know, it lasted for 2.5 hours. We came up with lots of good ideas and lots of future ideas, but I thought it was an amazing meeting.
And how did you address some of the concerns that were raised?
Well, I think we'll be addressing them over the coming months and even over the coming years. I mean, these are deep-seated difficulties that certain communities have, and we're going to address them. And certainly if I'm put in a position where I can do something about them, which in this case happens to be president, we will be working very, very closely with everybody, and we're going to be solving a lot of problems. Right now you have black youth. If you look at African-American youth, where it's 51 and 55 and 57% unemployed. You have African-American people of different ages where it's double and triple other numbers. So we're looking at a lot of different things, but this meeting was amazing, amazing people. We must have had close to 100 people in the room, and I just want to thank you. I want to thank both of you, and in particular, I'll tell you what, there's a whole group of people standing behind me. You can't see them, because we actually didn't think we were going to be having a press conference, but we all thought it was such a good meeting we would do that, and we have many, many endorsements that came out of the meeting.
Is Black Lives Matter a real movement? Is Black Lives Matter?
Well, I don't want to discuss that because, you know, I felt it. Black lives are very important. White lives are very important, and to me, all lives are very important. Very, very important.
What is your reaction to some of the backlash that some of these religious leaders have gotten?
Well, I don't think we have backlash. I mean, I saw love in that room. I see love everywhere I go. I see tremendous amounts. Like right now, I'm getting on a plane. I'm going to Georgia. We're going to have a tremendous crowd in Georgia, just like we did in Sarasota. We had 12,000 people, an all-time record by double. And we're going to have a tremendous crowd. I'm literally leaving right now. In fact, because the meeting went so much longer, and it went longer only because of the love. It didn't go longer for other reasons. There were unbelievable solutions, I think, to problems that we will solve that other people won't be able to solve.
What were the concerns that were raised today?
Well, look, the concerns are, you look at unemployment. You look at African-American, Katie, look at African-American youth. I mean, you have 51% unemployment. There's tremendous concerns, and they have a right to be concerned. Well, you know, the tone has taken me to first position in every single poll, including state and including national polls. The beautiful thing about the meeting is they really didn't ask me to change the tone. I think they want to see victory, because ultimately it is about we want to win, and we want to win together. And I will not forget the group of people that I've met with 100 people. I will not forget these people. I want to tell you, they are really, really smart, sharp, amazing people who love their community, who love the country, and love their community. I didn't see it. I didn't see it.
Mr. Trump, today Governor Christie said that Muslims celebrating in New Jersey on 9/11, today he said that never happened and you should stop talking about this.
Well, you know, he didn't say that the other day. He was very weak the other day. So the other day he said it like, well, he doesn't know, and now I guess he feels a little bit emboldened. He must be careful with what he says.
Why do you think that video hasn't surfaced? Why do you think that video?
Well, we'll see what surfaces.
ABC has dug into our archives.
Let's see what surfaces. You'll see. I can tell you this. I've had hundreds and hundreds of calls and tweets of people that saw it, and plenty of people saw it.
Ted Cruz said today that you are not going to be the Republican nominee. Can you react to that?
Well, he's got to say that. I mean, he expects to be. But I think that I will be leading in every poll and leading by actually very wide margins. So I think I will be. I'm not tied with him. Since when am I tied? I'm 2 points ahead. See, if anybody else, I'm 2 points ahead. Anybody else that say you're leading. With me, they say you're tied. Oh, I think I'm going to win in Iowa, and I think we're going to win in New Hampshire, and I think we're going to win just about everywhere we go, and every poll is indicating that. And having the help of all of you folks, I tell you what, it's been really an honor, and I appreciate it so much. I appreciate it so much. Thank you very much.